Don't go anywhere. Today I'm telling you how to easily cut expenses inside of your business. What's going on, everyone? Craig here, and I'm a profit coach who loves helping service-based business owners finally find some peace of mind when it comes to their money, and specifically talking cash flow. Because cash flow is so frustrating in business, and I love making things simple. Now, one thing that helps with improving cash flow, that's the amount of money you have in your business, is cutting your expenses or reducing those expenses. Now, this is a double-edged sword, right? So last week I talked about the difference between operating expenses and operating investments. We don't necessarily want to cut too many operating investments because they are making you money. An operating investment is something you're spending money on that is bringing a direct return. It's bringing money in directly versus an operating expense, which is something you're spending money on but may not directly bring money in. But what we're looking at is investments, which is the direct ROI. I'm putting money into an ad that is going to return a sale that is 5 times the amount I spent on that ad, right? So that is a direct ROI that we can say, okay, those things probably need to stay. Now, an easy way to do this is a simple system I call keep, cut, trim. Keep, cut, trim is basically taking those expenses and dumping them into 3 buckets. Keep, those are things that you absolutely must keep. They can't go, they can't change. Licenses or certifications, maybe those operating investments, although not always. Those don't always necessarily go in the keep column. We'll talk about that here in a second. But find those things that they have to be what they have to be. Now, the trim column, these are the things that you could reduce possibly. And so maybe your ads are working and they're generating an ROI, but do we need to investigate, is there a cheaper alternative? Is there a way that you can improve those to either reduce the amount of spend to receive the same ROI, or do we need to maybe reinvest it into something that's going to bring more in? Utility bills are a great one. So again, internet, see if there's a cheaper option out there. Phone plans, looking at your employees. So if you're really struggling cash-wise, can you reduce their hours? This column is one that I recommend putting a lot of stuff in, and until you've explored it, leave it there. Now, if you explore it and you say, you know what, we have the absolute lowest internet cost out there, then you can keep it, because I imagine internet is important to your business. Now, finally, the third column is the cut column. This is where your expenses go if you are going to get rid of them. And I recommend finding 3 or more expenses that you can get rid of entirely. I recommend doing this quarterly. So once every 3 months, going through your expenses, dropping them into a keep column, trim, or cut. Again, I recommend 3 or more in the cut column. I also recommend trying to get 3 or more expenses into that trim column. Take that savings, that's going to improve the overall health of your business. It's going to improve your margins and reduce that percent that you're spending on expenses. Let me know what you think. Have you tried this exercise before? I want to know, what could you cut? What could you trim? Is there an expense out there that maybe just been in the back of your mind saying, hey, this needs to go? Or on the flip side, is there something you can think of in your business that is an absolute must keep? It can't go anywhere. Drop those in the comments box below. Guys, if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit subscribe, hit that like button, and otherwise, I will see you in the next video.